gloves on for the first time, and particularly for these two, Reese Lightning, who joins me, really hard to be at a fight show and be late in the card. I always wanted to get it done early. I don't know about you. Just get out of the way, have a drink, ice pack every part of my body. And then,
Ice pack or ice bath?
Oh, just ice age.
Yeah. So I used to love when I was amateurs. I just started bringing a crowd, so I sort of got gypped and got put later in the card. But yeah, like if I'm later in the card like these girls are now, I'd be out the back having a kip up until about 5 minutes ago. Then I'll wake up and stretch the old back, and then I'll walk to the ring.
A fighter with ADHD having a kip before his fight. I heard it all. It's Kylie Harrison. Blue on the left side there. And Sammy Maxwell. The red. Kylie looks like she's in a fair bit of discomfort.
That shoulder doesn't look too nice for her. It's heavily strapped, and she throws it and just gives it a bit of a roll.
Yeah, we've had a tear of the labrum just before I fought Warwick Kappa in a charity match. And I've got to tell you, all I had was my right hand when I fought. And having no right hand against someone twice your size is a terrible place to be. I've got to be honest. He just lay on me for 20 minutes. It was exhausting. Anyhow, good old days.
Did he wear the short shorts? The classic Kappas?
I don't know, but I reckon he'd had something in the change room. It came out a little too amped for my liking for a charity fight. There's always someone who takes a charity fight far too seriously.
Yeah.
That was that situation.
Yeah.
It's like, Warwick, I'm 100 kilos and have cerebral palsy. You don't need to. you're almost a Hall of Fame athlete. You don't need to do it. And anyhow, he did. Anyhow, Samantha Maxwell, Kylie Harrison. Well done. Just a reminder to everyone, if the stream goes poopy, or if it has gone poopy, give it a couple of minutes. Well, it is actually back. They're telling me down my ears, but I just, for future reference, turn it off, turn it on again, because it'll never be us that rip you off.
It's not
It'll
your.
always just be a clock.
It's not your Telstra connection.
Yeah, exactly. If you just call, we'll put you through to Reese.
Yeah.
It's usually
it's your Telstra communication.
It's usually because you live 700 million kilometres from the exchange and you've got terrible download speeds.
Yeah. Get on the NBN, you tightwads.
Samantha Maxwell on the red. Kylie Harrison, and Kyle's has looked a little uncomfortable in that first round, but she's come out in the second. She's got a kilometre of strapping tape on. I know the feeling on that right shoulder. And the girls fighting in a phone booth at this stage. And there's again a pause in combat, which we see in the amateurs, a respectful pause in combat that you just don't see anywhere else.
Yeah.
You think of Yusuf Buchanan throwing David Pennington out of the ring twice. He wasn't waiting for anyone.
No, I loved watching that happen, because I've thrown a few boys out of the ring and everyone's like, oh, that's dodgy, you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, nah, it's a fight. I don't care.
So. Never understood. You were always such a good clincher, but you were so skinny fat. You were like white boy body, and you were an incredible clincher. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got a red beard, so I'm claiming I'm part Scandinavian / Viking, and I'm from the Greek island, so I'm claiming I'm definitely a Spartan.
There he is. 10 to go in this second round. Maxwell loads up and then cops a receipt from Harrison, who's leading with that jab, and she needs to keep doing that, just getting the head out of the way nicely on that last shot there, Kylie Harrison. We go to the stools. How great for all these fighters tonight. When you look at the corners that you've had the Adrian Omrods, you've got Joshy here, Joshy Arnold, Nick Atkins, Benny Marnie's been in the corner for some of the boxers. I mean, these are world-quality trainers and fighters, not just some mum and dad operation that's got a WordPress site up. This is the sort of thing, if I'm coming through and I'm younger, I'm doing this just because you get to rub shoulders with people who are at the top of their game.
Yeah, that's 100%, we heard from Jun Lee in the corners.
Oh, Jun, another one.
Yeah. I have to pay him credit because he's got a win over me on the record books. The dirty guy.
Amazing body kick, that bloke.
Yeah.
Southpaw from memory.
He's a southpaw.
Will just throw that left body kick, bang, bang, like a metronome.
Yeah, hence why I circled away from it.
Yeah, exactly. But again, one of the nicest men in this
super
sport.
sweet human being. I absolutely love him.
I remember being at a show, I think in Melbourne, and Nick Atkins had come down to corner for Jun. I think it might have been Kings of Combat or something like that. And poor old Jun out of the change room had his bag stolen, and in it was his wedding ring. Like, what sort of a dog does that?
Yeah.
Beautiful left hand there from Kylie Harrison.
Yeah, Sammy just walks back in, loves it. Like, yep, let's go.
Sammy Maxwell doesn't worry about that. I tell you what, if either of these girls find their timing and range at the same time, the other one's going to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Just timing and range. Circling around is Maxwell. And Harrison seems to have settled into that shoulder tape.
Sammy is not just giving her an inch, are he?
No.
It's like, you know what? We're here to fight. I'm just going to walk in on you.
Like they pulled Leonie Max out again. It's just someone who goes forward.
Yeah.
You know, Leonie does not... I've seen her fight so many times. She just does not go backward at all.
She's an absolute gangster, like just a workhorse of a human.
Yeah, I love watching it. When she watches this back, I will pay to watch you fight anytime, mate. That was fantastic stuff and great stuff from these two. Samantha Maxwell, Kylie Harrison, good on them. Stands between them right now.
We have a unanimous draw.
And I think a fair decision for two women who absolutely tried to flog the cover off each other from pillar to post.
Yeah. From the second that opened up, it was like, yep, let's go.
One more wannabe boxing fight and then the main, semi-main event, I should say. Super lightweight WBC Australasian title.
All right, just one more wannabe boxer fight to go before our main event in our boxing